Hello, Scorpio. I am Ulrich. I am a Lenormand card reader, but today we will do the psychological, philosophical, spiritual, it's a whole mouthful, card reading for the sign of Scorpio. The answers that we get are very simple. You will see that if you follow the card reading, and as always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Scorpio. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you, on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are immediately connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So, Scorpio, here we go for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. Also, I want to add, if you have questions, you can always post them in the comments below. So, Scorpio, here we go. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the aerosol, or to the shell or the water group for your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of January. As the first card here, it tells us we need to reach out, we need to give other people, maybe lend them physically a hand. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Here we are asked to reach out to others. Anyway, we cannot confuse this help or this service that we are offering to others with that we are a rescue team. Here we need to act as a higher power here. We need to strengthen others here. This is what the issue of this card is, or what the purpose of this card is. Here we need to serve others, and here, if we have some form of fear, we need to let this go, and we need to serve others. We cannot see this as a sign of weakness here. So here we are urged to look around us and notice probably there are some areas in around us or in our surroundings that are calling for our help. Maybe when you look around you, you see some people who need a helping hand here. Sometimes this points also that we could need to help after a quarrel to calm down things a little bit. Maybe you need to comfort certain people, help them, remember them who they really are. Maybe they are in difficult situations and they forgot who they are. Here we are asked to open our eyes, especially, and maybe open our hearts here to and pay attention to certain occasions. Anyway, we need to remember very well here that there's a very big difference here between service and also the fear that we having for giving this service. So here we are asked not to let our personality distract from the genuine service and compassion. And also we cannot rush for others to rescue them, but we need to give them a service that will make you and them stronger. Here we need to do what we can to help people around us so they become stronger in their minds, and we cannot judge here the people. Also, it's best not to criticize here. This card tells us we need to take some distance here. This is about a service is required, and it's just about the service, not about judgment or criticism. This is what is important here now. The second card here is that we need to speak with a certain kindness out of our heart, maybe even with love here. And we need to pay attention to certain vibrations that are around us. Sometimes we can share certain vibrations with the words that we are speaking. We know that everything in the universe is about vibrations here. And sometimes this is that it's not our bigger self that is speaking, but it's our ego, the personality that we built as a human being here. And we might be a little bit careless what we are saying to others. Maybe even in our surroundings, we bring some kind of fear. So we need to be careful here not to bring destructive or violent vibrations in our environment here. We need to do this in a very subtle way here, and we need to see here that we are returning to the source here of our heart here. This is what we are seeing here. We need to act kind here. Here we see that we need to act in a spirit of humanity here. We need to support others again. We need to appreciate others how they are, and if we can, we need to share some love with them if this is possible, or if it's possible to do so. Anyway, we need to realize here that there are certain effects if we say something, if we speak, that this has a certain effect in our surroundings. So here we need to ask ourselves if we change the emotional state of certain people around us by giving them maybe some harsh words here. Sometimes here we need to act not like somebody vicious here, but we need to act as an ambassador of peace here. We need to act forgiving with respect, and we cannot judge here. It's very important not to do so. We need to be more like a cheerful element here with this combination of cards here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Also, it points that we have very strong influence on other. So make sure that you speak out of your heart and not out of the troublemaking personality maybe that you built over the years. Anyway, our deeper self, it's a very good source of light and spirituality. And you can hear with this card, you can literally heal others with well-directed words or help them. This is what we are seeing here. Your messages or the messages here that you are spreading to these people can transform them or can transform their circumstances here in a more serene environment. The last card that we are seeing here is that we need to come back with our feet to the earth here. We need to live more according to our higher spirit, put our feet on the ground here. Maybe we have built up, we saw earlier here, some kind of false self-image here. We created a persona that is not really us. Maybe you feel not very good in this persona, and maybe there are some changes required here. Maybe there are certain failures that are happening around you here. This is what we are seeing here. Here we need to try to see ourselves with a kind of honesty, with another pair of eyes here. And some people here will probably be in some failure situation, and we need to change this here. Also, it will not help that we are saying, okay, I'm positive, I put my thumbs up, this don't help you. Here we need to have like a change of attitude here. Here we need to take a step back of the ego that we built, and we need to play more the role of observer here. And we need to realize where we are here. Anyway, it's possible also that our ego or our personality, it takes up a lot of space. It takes up a lot of room for other people, and others may have very few choices here, or we leave others no room for choices here. This is what we are seeing here. We build up, like over the years, we build up a mask. This is what we say in psychology, or maybe we build up a certain conditioning, as sociologists say, or therapists speak of the shtick here. And in other words, here we need to, if we build up a certain manipulative, artificial, defensive ego here, we need to change this here. Sometimes also we can create like a sphere to people that they have the feeling like, don't get too close to him because he could hurt me. Or maybe that is what you're thinking. Whatever happens, don't get too close to me because I could hurt you. If you vibrate such a message here, maybe we need to change this here. Maybe actually, if you act like that, you actually start to believe it yourself. But this is here with this card reading, this is not who you are, but it's something that you created for yourself here. We need to find our deeper selves back here. And you need to ask yourself in what areas of life that you are not authentic here. Maybe this persona that you build up, you're playing a kind of comedy, and you need to ask yourself, do I play a comedy of life? Am I on the stage of life, or am I being sincere to myself here? Do I really hide who I am, my real you here? This is what we are seeing with this combination of cards. Anyway, it's important that you show your deeper self to the people around here. You need to be true to your true self here. This is what we are seeing here. And the false ego that we build up, we need to let this go here, because this, what is this card tells us, is expected from us here. We might need to be a little vulnerable also, but if you are, it's beneficial for yourself and especially also for the people around you. So both parties, you will enjoy it and you will benefit from it, and also the people around you. So Scorpio, this is all for this spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of January. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are immediately connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you are more interested in more earthly card readings, you can check out the work money card readings that we do on my channel, or of course the classic Lenormand card readings. You can find anything on my channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, Scorpio, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for doing so. Bye bye, Scorpio, and thank you for now. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the air group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. As the first card here, it tells us that we need to restart. Probably there's some fog. We cannot see certain situations very clear. And the last card here, it asks us the higher identities, the things above us, the higher spirits ask us here to be patient. But we start with the first card here. It points probably that things are not as going as well as you would like them to be. Maybe your life is complicated right now. But anyway, this card tells us we should be thankful what we have experienced, but maybe it's time to start over and move away from this situation. It's possible that this situation that you are in, it's created by certain circumstances. Maybe it's something above yourself, something you have no control of, or it's possible that you created here some own difficulties here. But anyway, whatever way it is, it's time here, this card reading tells us that we uncreate or we start over our situation here. First, of course, we need to accept the situation. And then, even though if we would have created here, probably you didn't create this situation intentionally. And if it's not yours, well, both ways, we need to move on from it here, from this situation. Here, sometimes also people are not aware of their own abilities. We all have a very strong inner strength, inner power, and this points that we need to become aware of our inner strength here. Here it tells us also that we need to realize that probably if things are not working for you, how did you come there here? Sometimes also this points that we are working in circles, meaning it's possible that you have been in this situation before, that the situation is always reoccurring here. And then we need to ask ourselves how to get out. There is a way here to get out of this here. But here it's time that we take distance, we look at the situation, and we need to avoid it in the future here. We need to get in a different kind of path here, and we need to reconnect with our higher mind here. And it's time to start over, and you need to find the inner strength in yourself here with this combination. Over the years, we build up an ego, and sometimes it's our ego. This is responsible for us for this situation. Sometimes it's the higher forces above us. It's the whole world that could be in difficulties, like for instance with the viruses that are around us. So and then we are in difficult situations without we actually want it. Anyway, this card tells us also, don't play the role of victim here. Take responsibility for whatever situations or circumstances that we are in. And if you do so, if you take responsibilities, you will be able to correct the situation here, and you will be able to come in more satisfying conditions and circumstances here. especially don't blame yourself here, because if you do so, you will sink deeper into you will go into a negative spiral. Here it's important that we take distance, because else if your ego takes over and you start blaming yourself here, this is an escape route that you don't want to take here. We need to think constructive here. We need to think constructive, and if we do so, if we think constructive, it will diminish our situation, our difficult situation. We need to examine here the current situation, and it's like you need to ask your higher self to free you from this situation. For some, this will be a God. For some, this will be spirituality. Whatever it is here, it's like we need to apply to a higher spirituality to help us here. If you ask for help, in general, we receive. So here, that's the solution here for getting out of this foggy, because here we have the fog, for getting out of this foggy situation. Probably you're in like a hazy situation here. Sometimes we don't accept the truth here, or we are twisting the truth, and we don't want the situation to see as it is here. We need to see here the thing very accurate. We need to see that all the information that we are receiving, we see it in the details here. And we need to clear up the confusion that is around us. We need to inform ourselves about details. How did we get there? Also listen carefully, observe and learn the details. The details are very important here, and don't interpret things with too much passion, especially behavior of people around you. Take distance from others here, clear your mind here from those around you, and make them feel it's not in an assertive or aggressive way, but you need the distance for yourself here, for finding yourself back here. We need to clearly express our intentions here towards others, because maybe they interpret this in a different way, but it's actually you who need the distance here for falling back on your feet here with this combination of cards. Maybe we need to be precise to the people and actually tell them here that we need some distance here. So here we need to let our higher mind speak. Also, breathing is important. Take a breath here, and if you take a breath, if you will find maybe your breath of life back here, this fog will disperse, and the pollution of the present situation, it will just disappear. The last card tells us that sometimes this is an exercise that takes some time. Here we know that if we send out certain messages, the universe perceives these vibrations that we are sending out on a slower pace, mostly than we would like it to receive. We have certain desires, we vibrate these desires, we speak out these desires, or we wish for them, but this card tells us here that sometimes we need to be patient here. It's like here, if we work slowly towards it, to our higher self here, we will get there. But here it's like there's a slow growing tree here, and the tree, it takes a while before it starts flowering. So if you want to create something else, you cannot be impatient. We come from this difficult situation, we want to get in something new, so it takes some time. So you need to think here, it takes some time for getting the vibrations in the right way here, for getting back on our feet here. While you cannot see the results, it doesn't mean necessarily that something is not happening. Here we need to be ready for going in life here. We see here the children, we need to go ready to go with a life here, and we cannot see the results yet, but it doesn't mean nothing is happening here. There is something happening, but sometimes it's like a coffin that is not yet open. It will take some time here for reaching your goals and before your call is answered. This is what we are seeing here, but we need to be patient, and things will come to you here for settling out the situation for you. Anyway, this is all for the air group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this philosophical spiritual card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you're more interested in more earthly card readings, you can also check out the financial card readings or the classic Lenormand card readings. You can find everything on my channel there. It will take some of your time, but you will get a required result. Anyway, Scorpio, I want to thank you for your time. And I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. And again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your philosophical spiritual card reading for the month of January. As the first card here, we see the card that tells us we need to take baby steps, probably some changes. You feel some changes inside yourself. And here we see that the penguin is leaving the group, and also he has a different color. So it means something inside is changing inside yourself, and you distinguish, or you want to take some distance from the people in your life. Maybe you want to go another direction in your life, and you feel spiritually there are some changes that need to be made in your life. But maybe sometimes we build up a certain personality that gives us a false sense of security, and it's intimidating you for going on this new journey. Maybe some people around you are discouraging you. Maybe you dare not take the steps, but here this card tells us we need to get out of this position of fear, and we need to take the challenge here. We need to live according to what we feel and our mind, and we need to tackle the situation that we are in here. So also it tells us, like the penguin here, he steps slowly here. We need to divide these changes in small paces here. We need to be realistic here, that we change certain things in our life, and we need to take baby steps here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes it could be a good advice also from this card that we actually write down what we want to achieve. Of course, we need to set realistic goals. We cannot put goals that are unachievable. So if you're in a certain situation, you need to do this step by step and set realistic goals here. This is what we are seeing here. And if you reach a certain small goal, the next step, you set another goal here. For instance, if you want to change jobs, or you want to have a total new situation here in your life, start writing down what you like. If you have difficulties, ask a friend here to help you maybe for achieving your new goals. But in general, we know what we want. We don't need nobody. But maybe if you apply for a job, you need to update your CV. This is what we are seeing here with this combination here. You can make this also in steps. If you are not able to do this in one day, you think about it, you let the night over, and you add something the next day on your resume. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this point, the idea here is that we break the ideas that we had before, and we change and we turn them in something new. This is what we are seeing here. It's like we slowly transforming our situation here and the way we are. We cannot force this here, because if we force this here, it's like our personality feels threatened, and we may be tumbling down back where we were before. So we need to do this gradually, with modestly here, and we need to move slowly towards this new goal here. Here, this card tells us not to think about big transformation at once, but we need to take small steps here with this card. The next card here, it tells us that also this card adds here, if we do this in small baby steps here, you will see that you will reach your goal in a very short amount of time, but you need to see that your goals are realistic. The next card here, it tells us that we need to dare to be happy. We need to take the risk to be happy here. It's possible here, if you apply some changes, that you feel something inside yourself and you feel more happy. It's like you feel in yourself that you break free from the group spirit. This is what we are seeing here. Maybe before we were in a kind of an ego prison, or a personality prison here that we created for ourselves, and we forgot who we really are. Maybe because you feel happy, you're a little bit shy about it, and you don't dare to be openly happy. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. But actually, this card encourages you to be joyful here, but our personality could be intimidated here, or our ego could be intimidated by the emotion of joy that we are feeling here. Maybe the frequencies are different here, but we see that the person here is ready to change. So here we need to get out of the grip of our old ego, our own personality here. This is something fake that a temporary mask that we are built. And here we need to see that we get out of this situation here. You need to do this, as I said, step by step here. This is what the cards are telling you here. It's the intention that you get out of this situation and that you transform here slowly into a whole new situation. It's not only that we might be sabotaging ourselves, but also sometimes it could be people around us that don't understand that we like to implement this new change here. And they might keep you away or even try to sabotage you. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes this is out of jealousy, presumptions, misunderstandings here. Maybe they are miscontented themselves here, or they out this dissatisfaction about the changes here that you want to implement. Anyway, here we need to see also if we want to get out, and we know we want to get out, we need to get out of this misfortunate situation. There's a saying that goes, misfortune loves company. So here it's time to get out. So if others resist in your personal changes here, don't try to move away from them. Take your distance here, because they will be watching you. It's like here you are observed and they see something inside is changing and they are curious, but they don't want to go along. This is what we are seeing here. So here we, even though our situation might not be easy, you are asked here to hold up your head high and enjoy the best you can here. There are changes here with this card possible here. And if you have suffered a difficult situation here, this suffering can come to an end here, but you are the one who can make this or bring this to an end. Anyway, here we are asked not to empathize with certain misfortune of others here. Don't establish connections with people if they are in the, if you feel they are the wrong company here. You need to see that you're in the right group of people here that support you here. This is what we are seeing here. And if you take the distance from the group that we are seeing here, you will see first they will not accept, then they will not believe, but eventually then they will turn over to you and they will see that you are really changed, and they will also rise to this frequency. Or it's possible that you have a total different group that you will belong to, and you will find happiness in this new group. This is not necessarily your family, but it could be a group that has the same vibrations as you have. Anyway, in the meantime here, this could all go a little bit slow here, but you would, the thing here is with this card, we need to come in alignment with ourselves. And the last card here is about our body. Here it tells us that we need to respect our body, we need to like our body, we need to love it. It helps us, it carries our spirit, so we need to treat it here like a friend. This is what this card is telling us here. It's our vehicle, we daily use it. So if we need to use something, we need to maintain it in the right way. So treat your body well, put the right foods in it, eat healthy. This is what we are seeing here. It serves us, so we need to serve it back here. Sometimes it could be that we don't trust the strength that comes out of our body, but we need to do it here. Some people also could be not feeling correct in their body. Maybe they feel a little bit ashamed of who you are, but here it tells us that our body is actually okay. And we need to, this is our ego talking, this is our personality, and we look in the mirror and we are not happy with who we are, but actually we should. It's just the projection that we are seeing in the mirror, but actually our body is quite good. But it's who our ego here who makes our body more weaker. So you need to take a different angle at it. You need to look at it at a different way, because actually your body here is quite strong. It's actually the opposite here. We need to appreciate our physical self here and honor it and take care of it. If you have flowers, a pot of flowers, you need to water them. You need to see that they have the right food also for the flowers, whatever that is. You need to manure them. And this is the same here with this card here. If you want to fully experience your body, it's like we need to befriend our body also. It's actually a logical thing here. If you have a bicycle, you need to maintain it. If you have a motorcycle, you need to maintain it. If you don't, it will let you down. The same is here asked from you for doing with your body. And then the questions related to this card is: are you ignoring your body? Are you denying it here? Are you taking energy out of it that you shouldn't, or are you not giving it what it actually needs? So we need to ask here. We need to give our body what it wants here, because our spirit stays in the body here. So we must love and like our physical body. We need to see it as a blessing here. It's an abode for us, for our spirit here, and it should be treated respectfully. So this is all for the stone group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this reading, Scorpio. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other three that are connected here. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you are interested in more earthly matters like business, work, or the classic Lenormand card readings, you can all find them on my channel. Anyway, Scorpio, I want to thank you for your time. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for doing it. So see you next time. Bye-bye, Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to the Matches or the Fire group for your philosophical, spiritual, psychological card reading for the month of January. As the first card here, we see that we probably need to speak with more kindness, maybe with more love around us here. Maybe we need to pay attention here. Maybe we are vibrating or outing certain vibrations here. We are sharing certain words with people, and they might be maybe a little bit too harsh, but this is actually not you speaking. This is like this is you speaking, not your higher self here. Here we need to limit our personality, our ego here, because if you don't restrict your ego here, it could stir other people's emotion waters. It's possible even for some of you here that they create some fear, maybe a tsunami of fear here. This could be destructive vibrations that you are creating, maybe in a very subtle way that we are doing here, but slowly this vibration is getting stronger and stronger, and eventually it might come back to you here. So we need to be careful with this here. Here we see that we need to act more in the spirit of human emotions here. We need to be more emotional. We need to soften ourselves up. Maybe we are scared ourselves here. This is what we are seeing sometimes. Sometimes it's a fear, excuse me, a fear inside ourselves here, and it's like a protective shield that we are having around us for protecting ourselves. And here we need to see that we need to off our panzer. The Scorpio panzer here need to come off here, and we need to be more supportive here and show more appreciation to the people around us. Here we see that it's time to realize that if we talk harsh or even cruel to other people, we need to realize what we are saying here. Are you creating a fear around us? This is what this card asks you. We should be aware about the results that our words are bringing here. Mostly Scorpio, he can resonate on a very high vibration, because Scorpio is associated with Pluto. It's the deep psychology. It's also associated with the eagle, which is the higher spirit. So here we see that we need to resonate ourselves here, resonate ourselves in another vibration. We are in the wrong side here. We are in the wrong side of the mirror here. And here we should act more as an ambassador of smartness, of peace, forgiveness, respect, and also cheerfulness here is required here. We should actually assure other people that we are kind to them and even love them here. This is what we are seeing here. Don't mistake the influence that you have on other people here. So make sure that it's your mind that is speaking and not our ego that we build up through the years, or the defensive personality that we build up. Here we need to realize that mostly Scorpio has a magnificent mind here. This is what we are seeing here, but we need to find this light back here. And Scorpio is actually a very good healer here in his life, the healer for others. He has deep insights, natural insights here, and we need to redirect ourselves here for being kind to others. If you do so here, you will transform the current storm here in circumstances that create a peaceful lake, because this is associated with Scorpio. So the peaceful lake here, the serenity is coming back here. Here, the second card is that you are not afraid. That's what I mentioned earlier. Sometimes this whole thing is about being scared here. And it's so like mostly that the personality that we have built up, it's actually always scared inside, and we can hide this fear here. Even though there is no reason to be scared, there's like an inner fear around us. And here we need to ask ourselves, am I really afraid? And if so, what am I afraid of? And probably if you listen to your mind and your deeper self, you will not be surprised that you are not scared at all. Because here, the Scorpio has a very strong sign, and they have a very strong connection with life here, and they should not be afraid here. Here, Scorpio is always ready for a challenge. And also here we see that you can take this challenge, and you need to take the lead here over yourself here. It's just that you are probably in a kind of habit here of being afraid of certain things here. And maybe you're in a kind of haste, and you're going in the wrong directions here. It's like you see a giant here in front of you, but actually it's you who is the giant. So you need to reverse the roles here. This is what we are seeing here. We need to be the giant, the one who helps others here. This is what we are seeing here, and we need to turn this in an adventure, a positive adventure here for yourself. And you should here take a cynical smile here at your fears, because they are probably monsters that you created, and they're waiting in the corner, but they are actually nothing. They will disappear and they will shrink very small here, as you see here in the picture. There are merely shadows of the walls of imagination here. And actually they are very weak here, but it's something, it's like our ego has built this up, and it tries to hide your real value here, the real you here. This is what we are seeing here, and this card asks us to get rid of this being afraid, building up these monsters here, and act in a more confident way here. So stop having fears here, because there's actually, you should not be afraid here with this cards here. The last card here is that we should take a breath here. Maybe we are hard workers here. This is what we are seeing with this card. But here it is important also that we reconnect with who we really are. As I said here, it's time that we take a step back. We need to catch our breath here. If you feel that your life is very difficult, for some of you, it might that their life is falling apart, but actually it's not. You just need to break away from the false you, the false urges that you have. It's like you need to realign here with yourself and the higher vibes that you have. And once you reconnect with your true self, you will realize that this has always been important to you. You just need to make time for it. You need time to relax here. Maybe if you can meditate here, things will go more easy here. But we see here that we need to clear our mind. And it's like we need to relax ourselves here and wait for certain intuitions and inner guides to move us in the right direction here. So we need to detach ourselves here from the intensity of the personality or the ego that we have been building up through the years here. And you will see if you rest here, you have a better view, or you relax your mind, you have a better view here. And we need to catch and breathe in the right way here to find back who we really are here. So catch your breath back. And here we need to have a certain faith in the higher force of ourselves. For some, this will be a God. For others, it will be a spirituality. Anyway, we need to have faith in something above us, in the divine order of life here. And also we need to maybe cut back on the heavy work, physical work that we are doing here. As you see in the picture, maybe it's time not to do so much overtime, but to relax for a while. So Scorpio, this is all for the fire group. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you are more interested in more earthly card readings, like financially or work card readings, you can find those also on my channel. And of course, the classic Lenormand card readings. Anything is available on my channel. Just check it out there. Anyway, Scorpio, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for doing so. Thank you, Scorpio, and bye-bye for now.